Why was Nairamarley not in the country when Mohbad died? Now, this question and many more I got in my comment section. I'm going to be responding to them one after the other. But first of all, I want to quickly chip in something. See, if you believe that Verydarkblackman was paid by Nairamarley to clear Nairamarley's name, then you should also believe that Gistlover was paid by Wunmi to cover up the death of Mohbad. Yes, because if you cannot believe that people have their independent opinion and people share their opinions independently according to what they think, especially what you put on social media, then you should be ready to tell us, look at the two sides. If you say they paid Verydarkblackman, it means they also paid Gistlover to push all the narrative, because Gistlover was literally forcing down the whole thing down our throats. If all the people involved in Mohbad's case cannot come out to say, look at what happened, and then when Nairamarley went out, he paid so person to come to Mohbad's house to come and buy Mohbad, because Madam Iyabo Ojo told us that Mohbad buy inside the house. So it means that if you say Nairamarley is the one that buy Mohbad, it means Nairamarley sent somebody, or Nairamarley has a plant inside the house, which we never heard any of those in the court. Now, that's a different case. The story is long, but let's just start from somewhere. So this user, KBG642, my TikTok user, I actually went to your page after seeing all your long messages, and I saw that it was a private account. Private, and even your profile is not with your picture, meaning it can even be Gistlover that I'm chatting with, because Gistlover is faceless. Okay, you said, I have a question. Why was Nairamarley, Zino, and Sam Larry all traveled the same time and his house was empty? Is that premeditated? First of all, Nairamarley is a celebrity. He has his money. He's a business person. Zino is his signee. They have their money. I think even at that time, they said that Zino was preparing for a tour, which they had to cancel, meaning that they were preparing for a job. And at the end of the day, when they found out everything that happened, they had to cancel. You say his house was empty. His house can never be empty. There must be security man, this and that. But seeing the kind of violence that was already being instigated in the social media platform, if you are his gate man, will you stay there and be waiting so that they will come and meet you and ask you where is your oga? Or if you are any of his Nairamarley staff, will you stay there and be waiting? So you said it sounds premeditated. Let's continue. You say, is that premeditated? For me, it is not. It is not. This is simple logic, okay? Then you say, why did VDM have an interview with Sam Larry when there is a notion to bring back Sam Larry's involvement? If VDM was seeking justice, why go on lunch with Malians? You are simply telling us that you have blacklisted Malians. Nobody should snap with them. Nobody should eat with them. Nobody should drink with them, just like COVID-19 patients. It cannot work, my darling. Male or female, whoever you are, it cannot work. VDM is free to eat with anybody, even the ex-convicts when they put for prison. When they don't say they will buy, if VDM wants to go to prison and visit the person and eat with him, he is free. Do you understand? He is free. There is no there's nothing that will attach to it. You are the one who is reading meaning to what you want. And the fact that you guys are only on one side, VDM was paid, but Gistlover is not paid. Gistlover is the one telling you the truth, even without evidence. Oh yeah, now let's continue. You now say, okay, I have lunch with them. Why did VDM bring up DNA issues? Because the case of Mohbad is just like a blind case. Nobody knew exactly what by Mohbad. Nobody knew for sure what by Mohbad, but we were all speculating, and that was where Gistlover took advantage and started showing us things to our face. You bring this one today, everybody will say, oh my God, so this what happened. Boom, you bring on that one. Oh my goodness, so this what happened. Boom, you bring on that one. That is how they whitewashed our memory with what happened months ago to make us feel that this thing happened now, and that was what by Mohbad. Do you understand? So bringing DNA issues, husband and wife can quarrel. Okay, let me tell you, even there are some cultures, right, that somebody's husband will die. They will tell you they want to know if those children are your husband's children first. It's a normal thing. The fact is that you people read negative meaning to it. That was why people were opposing it. Because as I'm here now, somebody tells me they want to do DNA for my children. I don't think that's a big deal. You want to do DNA for my children to know if my children are my husband's children before they can inherit my husband's property. There is no big deal in it. It is just the way you people had, you already had ulterior motive. That's why you were reading meaning to it. There's some culture that if you want, before a child can be accepted by the father, you go their shrine, you go do one thing or the other to prove that this is the child. And if this is not the man's child, you cannot inherit anything. You cannot even enter the house. You will not be welcomed. Do you understand? That is one. Oh. So DNA, when you come out to put out that mohbad by, nobody knows what by mohbad. Everybody was thinking, what by mohbad, what by mohbad. If Wunmi had come out to say, this and this was what happened, even if not Wunmi, any other person that was close to mohbad, if they had come out to say this was what happened, nobody would have been asking what by mohbad. Nobody would have been talking of DNA. But it was when all these stories were hearing different stories. The same time you are bringing up story of Nairamarley, someone else, another blogger is bringing up story of mohbad and his wife fighting. Did you not see the story of mohbad and his wife fighting? Where he say, oh, you want to put it, you want to, where's my iCloud? So you want to do what you and your mother will do so that tomorrow you say, you bring out a narrative that this is what happened after you have finished killing me. That was what mohbad said with his own mouth. And that was even after he had already left Malian records. Sure, you are hearing me now. Now, what have you not watched movies where a woman will buy her husband because she has fallen in love with another man? A woman will buy her husband because she wants to take trust funds, money that they put that, oh, if anything happens to your husband, you will take it. She wants to take trust funds, she will buy her husband. So these are all what VDM said was just premeditated. Like, what could possibly cause problem? What could cause fight in the house that the boy mohbad will feel like, oh, they want to buy him? Could it be that he discovered the child is not his own? Could it be that he found out that his wife have an affair? Those things were questions. It was the way you people blew it out of proportion that now made people think that, oh, something is fishy here. Because if this lover can pass his own narrative and you accept it, another person passes his own narrative, you will now flare up. It means that there's something you people are hiding. So let me respond more. Motive is that seeking justice. Yes, it's seeking justice, because if you are abroad or anything like this, they will do all these things normal without even coming to ask you any story. Is leaving a record label a death sentence? Is leaving a record label a death sentence? Did Nairamarley buy him? Did Nairamarley buy him? The answer is no. So leaving a record label is not a death sentence because the record label did not buy mohbad. And you heard people now saying they are not after what buy mohbad. They are after who bully mohbad. Shey you hear the thing? All right. Why the threat and the beating? This is ghetto life. This is ghetto life. I grew up in Ajegule. I was born in Ajegule. This is ghetto life. When you do something, they assume and say you don't F up. They will cure it by push. It was normal, like their street life. It was their street life. But they did not end mohbad. So the question is, who ended mohbad? And then even the push all ended long time ago, before all this story. So I think you should be the one asking yourself important questions like, why is this lover interested in siding only mohbad? They say don't leave any stone unturned, but whenever it comes to the turn of Wunmi, they want it covered.